Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Amnesia memories. And what we are doing in this part is I'm going to show you the two bad endings for Ken. So this might be a little bit short of a part, but I just kind of wanted to show you these. So we're on day 18, as you can see. So this is after we went to the pool party and everything like that, and then we ran into Yukio again at night when Kent was walking us home from hanging out with him at the school, I'm pretty sure. So now we're at work, and everything is pretty much the same except for the choices we make here. So, I mean, we've kind of already played through this, but I just figured we'll just play through everyone talking. So, oh, Spacey, Ken is at that table over there. Wait, already? There's still an hour left before you're off work. He wanted to know about Yukio, and I told him Yukio was one of your regular customers. Don't tell me you're cheating on him with Yukio. She's not. Wait, was Yukio really that regular of a customer to the point where you knew him by name? What should we do? This is bad. You talked to him like he was a stranger yesterday. Ken probably thinks this is strange too. And isn't it a little unfair of him to not come to you about this, but ask Mine instead? Spacey, are you having trouble with Yukio? I just heard about it from Kent. Toma too? I heard that as well. And the manager? There's nowhere to run. What should we do? You can run from Ken or feign ignorance or just tell him the truth. Regardless of how much you trust Kent, this is a big decision. You have to choose one. So in order to get... I feel horrible because in this one we had to basically be an asshole to Kent the whole time. We had to be like, whatever, or and like be a jerk the whole time. So for this, oh no, work's over. Have you decided what to do yet? Kent's waiting for you, but if you meet up with him now, he'll definitely ask about Yukio. So we say we're gonna run away. Yeah, we can do that. Okay, there's a back door for employees. If you leave from there, you should be able to get home and avoid Kent in the cafe. Although I feel a little bad for Kent, seeing as how he's waiting. Just sneak out and... Where do you think you're going? Why? He's waiting outside! You were trying to go home alone just now, weren't you? Let's go home. Wait, he isn't gonna ask? We'd be grateful if he didn't ask anything, but this is kind of anticlimactic. But knowing he suspects you and not being asked anything is making me feel anxious. This was really unexpected. The silence is too painful! We're already close to home. Do you want to try asking him something as a distraction? Or not? Do you mind if I come in? I want to talk. Here it comes! Spacey, are you okay? Think you can talk to him? Regardless of whether you tell the truth or not. We'll need some determination. I was thinking of the possible reasons that could have elicited a change in your attitude. There were a number of factors to consider. Reasons ranging from a mere whim or change of heart to the far-fetched as an alien abduction. I think the scale he's using is a little long. After eliminating various ideas one by one, I was left contemplating the likelihood of a single possibility. Regardless of how unbelievable the conclusions may be, seeing as how I can find no mistake in my reasoning, my only choice is to believe it. So I've come to the most feasible conclusion. Your memories are missing. I'm still in the examination stage of determining the extent of that memory loss. At the very least, you seem to be missing memories from college. I believe the chances are high that you've forgotten all of your past interactions with me. So do you have any objections? Let me say I'm sorry for trying to hide it. I knew it. I'm thankful that you answered me honestly. Regardless, there isn't anything I can do for you. Let's go to the hospital. They should be open at night. Well, wait a minute! I know a neurosurgeon at a hospital affiliated with Sichi University. I'll introduce you. He's quite talented. Sichi? I don't know how to pronounce that, so we're just going to go with that. No, this isn't about talent! I'm curious about many things, such as why you forgot, and exactly what you forgot, but Speaking to a doctor would be better than speaking to me. I'm sure he could offer you some sound deductions as well. No, she can't! If she told the doctor there's a spirit possessing me, they'd hospitalize her for sure! Your family lives pretty far away. I'm sure you were burdening yourself all this time without anyone to talk to. I'm sorry I didn't realize this sooner. I could tell immediately that your attitude changed after all. I guess I was just foolishly hopeful. Foolish expectations. And foolish dreams. Whoa, wait a minute! You can't make those dreams a reality, so just wait a second! I'll leave the rest to the doctors. No! I'd scream louder, but it's 2:30 in the morning. I'm loud enough. Hey, Kent's here to see you. Kent, do you remember him? How do you feel? Try not to think too hard. The doctors were saying that you're improving. That's not true at all. She's getting worse and worse. You realize that too, Kent. This isn't just ordinary amnesia. If she doesn't have any stimulation, she really will just keep getting worse. Even if you forget me, I won't ever forget you. I'll always find the time to visit. Please don't give up. The thing we need to avoid the most really happened. I'm sorry I couldn't help you. So we're just going to wither away in a hospital, which is just frickin' awful. It's just awful. So that's bad ending 1. And that is basically because Kent doesn't trust you. Okay. So what we're going to now do is continue from here. And this is bad ending 2. So this is the day of the conference. So this is where everything changes up. It's the day of Kent's conference before we knew it. I wonder if he's making the final preparations now. And what time does it start? We never actually asked. Maybe we should call Iki and ask. We still need to come up with a time to meet. Hello? Sorry, is this about meeting up? We've been kind of in a rush. I know it's about time to go pick you up, but Ken still isn't done preparing. I'm helping him out for now. Wait, it's almost time for him to start. Huh? Sorry, just a second. You forgot your notes. Will you be alright? You will. Okay then. But that's not like you, Ken. Wow, they really are in a rush. Sorry, we're so frantic. Anyway, I'll go pick you up when things settle down a bit. Just wait a little longer. I'll see you later. He forgot his notes. That sounds kind of bad. Ken was in such a big rush to prepare these last few days. I wonder if he remembers all of the material. This kind of hurts. He was probably all tense because of you. I don't know. I really wonder if he'll be all right. I doubt he's feeling calm, and if he doesn't have his notes on top of that, maybe we should go get them? It's not that far away. You'll have to go outside alone, but this is an emergency. Yeah, for now, let's just head over to Ken's house. We might not be able to get in, but it's still morning, so it's possible someone might be home. And if no one's there, we can just go to the university. Wait, don't sprint like that. You've been indoors for the most part ever since you collapsed. It's dangerous to start running suddenly. Yes, because we're going to jump in front of a car. I mean, get pushed. You see? Here comes a car. Huh? Did someone just push your back? Ah! Are you okay? It hurts. Ow. Did that car hit me? Huh? What is this? Why do I remember this feeling? Okay, so this is the part where we're talking about, our dog getting run over. So we've already kind of done this, but... Kuro! No, Kuro, wake up! Kuro! Don't die, Kuro! It seems you ran over her dog with your car. Yeah, but the dog just jumped out of nowhere and... I know, there's no fault on your part. But as you can see, the dog is gravely injured. Don't you feel at least some responsibility? It seems to still be breathing. Could you help us bring the dog to a veterinarian? Yes, of course! There you go, Spacey. Carry the dog into the car. How did I forget this? Kuro isn't here. The dog I brought from home. We were always together, but not anymore. He died back then. He isn't here anymore. I see. Am I going to end up the same way? Hello, Spacey. Sorry it took so long. Who are you? What? A nurse? An accident? She was in an accident? No, I'm just a friend. I see. Okay. I understand. I'll tell him. Thank you very much. Ken! What is it? The slides just finished burning. Oh, I see. That's good. But that doesn't matter right now. Calm down and listen carefully. Spacey was involved in an accident. When I called her cell phone just now, someone at a hospital answered it. They brought her in and were asking if she had any family around. Apparently, she's still unconscious, but her injuries were light, and there are no abnormalities in her brainwaves, so she should be fine. Ken, do you know the contact information for her family? Her family lives far away. I doubt she even knows the number to contact them herself. What? Is her family situation that complicated? There are various circumstances. I'm the only one who knows her situation. It would be appropriate for me to go as a substitute, but it's already time. Her injuries were light, correct? That's what the nurse said. Ikkyu, what would you do at a time like this? This presentation is important, and it could have a heavy bearing on my life. But the woman I'm dating was involved in an accident and was brought to a hospital. Despite her injuries being light, would it really be okay for me to leave her like this? Ken, I can't answer that. This is something for you to decide. Do what you feel is right. I doubt she would be happy, even if I went. She might get angry at me and ask me why I blew my chance. If that's what you believe, that's your answer. I'm sorry, I'll go to the auditorium now. Could you help me prepare? So he basically doesn't come to see us at all. That's why it's bad ending. A hospital. I'm still alive. Looks like I didn't join Kuro. Ah, right, I remember. Back then I told Ken, I hate you. And so this is our memory. This has been a short part, so we'll go through it. It's not that bad. How long are you going to act this way? The dead will never return. You should have already realized that your pets will die long before you do. If you have time to grieve, you should reflect on this experience and make use of it for the future. The first problem was that you continued using the same leash until it frayed and snapped. The fact that the dog ran off the moment the leash snapped means you didn't discipline it properly. These two problems need to be corrected when you decide to raise the next dog. Also, there were issues with your reaction to that kind of emergency. I happened to be here this time, but what if you were alone? You likely wouldn't have noticed that it was still possible to save the dog's life, although it didn't matter in this instance since we didn't make it in time. I believe you should consider taking these types of measures to be before such an emergency can occur a second time. Why would you say such a thing? What? How? How can you say that? I know there's a lot I need to consider about this situation. I knew Kuro died because I was an inexperienced owner. You don't need to tell me. But is it really something I need to think about right now? Is it bad for me to miss Kuro and be sad that he died? Just stop it, please. I want to be alone. Accidents sometimes can't be avoided. Everyone makes mistakes. But I believe learning from those mistakes would be the greatest form of respect for the dog's lost life. When you raise your next dog, you can... Just stop it already! Go away! Leave me alone! I hate you, Kent. I hate you! But I don't. But, in this instance, I kind of do. I see. Kent was worried about this all this time. I thought it was something he didn't care about at all. I'm a little happy. But if possible, I didn't want to remember this. Huh, someone's here. Who? Why is he staring at me like that? He's not a nurse. He's holding me in his arms. Why? I can tell he's a man, but who is it? His arms are really warm. Kent? We're walking down a hallway. Where are we going? We're going upstairs. It's cold. Is this the roof? Why would we have come here? Isn't it a beautiful night? Huh? He's not Kent. This is good. The final thing we see is the beautiful expanse of night. Did you think you'd be safe in a hospital? So naive. Anyone can get into a hospital easily. And after I warned you so much about not being alone, you really are an idiot. But you know, I loved you. Yukio? I'm being dropped. I'm falling. Ah! Ah, I'm flying. Yukio's smiling face is getting further away. At this rate, I'll die. I had to share that because that is the most effed up shit ever. I can't even. And it took me like 6 tries to get to this ending, and I was like, I was gonna give up at one point because I like literally tried 3 times. But when I did the save for the first couple of days, trying to get bad endings 1 and 2 are the exact same. And then you split, so I'd saved it. But I had chose different answers, kind of like I'm like, I don't see why I have to choose, I'm gonna choose this answer instead. And I got bad path 1 as I went down that path. But when I went to go down bad path 2, the things that I had done the first couple of days just kept putting me down bad path 1, and I just kept getting that, and I get so frustrated, and I was like, I can't, because it's kind of annoying because there's no way to skip dialogue that you've already gone through. You seriously have to click through everything and make the choices and click through everything, and it's like, oh my god, I'm gonna die because I literally played this game like 14 times. Which isn't bad, but at the same time, it's like you're like, I don't want to read the same thing 17 times. Like I really don't. So I started over and I realized it's because to get down bad path 1, you basically have to be a dick to Kent, and then he's pretty much like he doesn't trust you, he doesn't care about you, and he throws you in the hospital. But to get down bad path 2, in the very beginning, you have to say the right things to Kent. Like, yeah, you are kind of mean, like, in the very beginning, you just sit down and you're a little rude, but there's times where when you go for the walk with him, you have to, yeah, no, let's hold hands. Or when you're in the room with him and he's going to kiss you, you have to let that happen because then he kind of trusts you, he has feelings for you, but it's not strong enough to decide to leave the conference. So he decides, you know what, your injuries are light, whatever, you'd probably be kind of bitchy to me because you've kind of been yourself, you know? And he's like, whatever, like he would just show up after. But because he's not there, Yukio sees that and comes and gets you and kills you. So it's freaking awesome. And it was funny because I played that and I was like, oh my god, like I get it, because in all the other paths, you know, the good path or the normal path, they're like, oh, there was a guy looking in the window. And then when you play the bad path, you're like, oh, Yukio was watching. He was watching and he realized Kent wasn't there, so he came and got us. And he basically warned us in the earlier parts, like, oh, don't ever be alone. You know, he basically said that so that if we made the wrong choices and Kent wasn't with us, he would kill us. Because in the good path and the normal path, Kent stays at the hospital with us. Like, he switches around his schedule or he just completely blows off the conference so he can be with us. Otherwise, he'd be at the conference because he was later on in the day. And that's why Yukio sees he's not there, comes, gets us, and kills us, throws us off the roof. So, and I love the fact that it isn't just like, oh, you pick the Clover World and you go here and you do this path. Or if you go the other ones, it doesn't do anything. Like, obviously, Yukio, like, I'm assuming that when you go through the other worlds, you know, because he makes these references like, oh, we knew each other once to Kent. So obviously all of them kind of tie in together, so you kind of have to go through all of them. And I mean, obviously you have to get the good path for all of the guys in order to open up the Joker world, which is Yukio's world. But I just love how it's not just like, oh, I pick the path and I go. Like, the whole point is playing the entire game to kind of understand what's going on. Because if you just played this path and say, even if you got the good one, you wouldn't know that Yukio was trying to kill you. You've had that weird interaction with him, but you're like, he's just some stalker guy in the cafe. Like, I don't get it. But I'm assuming going through the other paths, and maybe you're meant to, maybe you're not meant, it doesn't matter what order you do them in, or maybe you're kind of meant to do them in order and go, I think, what is it, the Heart World is first, and maybe you're meant to go in that kind of order, or like, I don't know. So it's kind of cool. And so I will be playing all of the paths, so that's gonna, good lord, because I finished recording, I mean, and this took me several days of just mad clicking for hours to go through and get them, you know, because it's, aside from like when you choose a different, say, like A or B, you choose B, and they might say something, but then everything else is the same. The only thing it really does is it changes how the characters affect you, because I'm just gonna like say go into, this was the good path. So if you go in here, parameters, it shows you affection, trust, and suspicion. And that can show you, and I didn't realize that at all. I did not even realize that until like when I was playing one of the paths. I was like, when I was trying to get bad path 2 or something, I saw that and I was like, what the hell is this? And I'm like, oh, so you can see this is the good path. And that kind of just shows that. And when you go, say, down bad path. Oh, no, I went to the wrong one. No, wait, I want to load. Load. Restart, yes. So when you're here and you look at the parameters, trust is really low, affection's kind of low, and suspicion's kind of low. And that's why he drops you off at the hospital. And in this one, I've never actually looked at what this one is. The parameters, like he's really suspicious. That's kind of cool. He's his suspicion in this one is way higher, but I guess that's because technically you've already had the conversation with him about your memory loss. So in Bad Path 1, you only get to day 18 and he drops you off at the hospital, and that's the day that he talks to you. So he's really suspicious because he knows 100% at this point in the game that you have memory loss. So of course that would be really high. And I guess if you started out like 4 or 5 days into the game, it would probably be lower. But his trust is kind of meh, and his affection's not bad. But that's kind of why the trust issue, why he doesn't come. And so this was the normal path. This is the one that we went on. And this isn't at the end, but see, the affection and, the suspicion again is up there because he knows that we lost our memory. And the trust, I think, would be a little bit higher because we are not, we were only on the 23rd day, so I didn't save. Like, I purposely went through and knew, okay, we're getting to the point where we're getting to where the differences are, and I saved these ones. This one, I had just last saved it on the 23rd day, and then I played from the 23rd day to the end. So technically, to save it closer, I could have, gone back. So let's just go back to the title screen. So yeah, so I think that's kind of cool. So you can see like how when they don't trust you, you go down the different things. And I don't actually know now if I have, there's still options. No, see, I'm missing one of the screens. There's still, when you go through the game, even though I've gotten all the endings, there's still options that I've never chosen based on even using the guide. So I'm thinking I have to go through and just play and just make sure I choose all of the options, because there's one of these that obviously, like some of them, if you click it, oh, I don't know, the Z key changes? No, that one doesn't do it. I know this one does. So like some of them, there's 2 different ones. So the eyes are closed and then you see this, like, so there's obviously one that there's another one that I haven't gotten. But I can't possibly think of where it is, but, whatevs. That's just whatever, but at least we've seen all of the things because we've gotten all the endings now, and of course there is no one, so we've gotten our good ending. The only thing I don't like is you can't, like, replay the ending from here. I think that would be kind of cool to be able to do, And we've gotten our 2 bad endings. I can't believe that. It's like crazy. But there are 3. I'm like, that kind of sucks because I hate the fact that there's 2 bad endings, like, for everybody. But there's actually 3 for Iki. So that's just kind of messed up. But we'll probably play his next because he's just gorgeous, and I'm just kind of curious to play his. So that's the one we'll probably do next. But I just kind of wanted to kind of show you guys the endings. I do really, really recommend playing this game. Honestly, I got it on the Steam Summer Sale, so I did not pay anywhere near the $30 price, because the only thing I even paid more than $10 for, this could have been like a $10 game, I don't even remember at the time, I did not pay more than 50% for anything. I made sure most of my games were at least 70, 75% off before I purchased them. So I think this one was on a really good sale, because otherwise I probably wouldn't have bought it. Like if it was like 15 bucks, I would have been like, I don't know. I'm so glad I did. Whatever it was, I'm so glad I freaking did, because this game is amazing. And I don't even remember. I was like, oh, I bought it, and I had written down with a bunch of games of like ones that I would possibly play. So I was looking at it, I'm like, yeah, sure. Oh my God. This is like just, oh my God. I don't even know. I don't even know. I love it. It's amazing. And I'm just like obsessed with now getting all the endings. So that's good. So we'll probably do this. We'll go through, just choose whatever, get our path, and then I'll go through and do the playthroughs to get the other endings and save them beforehand, and then kind of show you what those endings are, just like I did with this one. So, so we don't have to, obviously we're not going to go through and play each one 3 or 4 times, because that's crazy. But so yeah. But anyway, I will see you guys next time, and we will probably start and go down the Spade world, because I think that'd be kind of cool. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.